Hi, everybody. So, have you ever wondered why some celebrity relationships last a long time? And why are others doomed from day one? Well, at least shortly after they start. Let's take a look at the long and short-term celebrity relationships to see if we can figure this out. So, hi, everybody. It's Lori here from Numerology with Lori. I have a few celebrity couples that we should really check out. So the first one that I have listed is Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. So Taylor Swift's birthday is 12/13/1989, and her life path calculates to a 7. Travis Kelce, on the other hand, is 11/5/1987, and his life path calculates to a 5. So the difference between the 7 life path, which is Taylor's, and the 5 life path, which is Travis, is a 2. This is the number that determines the sticking point in their relationship. So the 2 is the difference, and it requires sensitivity to each other's to minimize conflict. That's important. They need to work together as a team and honor each other's sensitive points. Now, keep in mind that I'm reading the numbers here. I'm looking at the difference and I'm looking up the difference meaning in the love relationship, and that's the information that I'm giving you. So, yeah, they need to work together as a team and to honor each other's sensitive points. And also, what was really significant to me is that there's a lot of creative ideas here. But there's another significance that really stood out to me for this particular um, life path difference. So the 7 and the 5. The 1 works from the inside, and that could be the person with the 7, which in this case happens to be Taylor Swift. The other works from the outside. That could be Travis Kelce, who has the 5 life path, which is about change and adventure. He's a very charismatic person. Not that Taylor is not. She definitely is. But she's also a person that really cherishes her alone time. So that's kind of what the 7 is about. So they seem to be at odds with each other at times. Is that why we don't always see them together? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's an interesting thought process to think about. Do you think that they can overcome the difference of the two and that they can do the things that are required, for the sensitivity, for minimizing conflict with each other? It's an interesting concept, something to think about, and I imagine we'll see more as we go along, and maybe I can use them in another reading as well. So the second couple that I have here are Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson. And Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson have been married to each other for 37 years, really a long time. Tom Hanks's birthday is 7/9/1956, which gives him a life path of a 1. Rita Wilson, on the other hand, is 10/26/1956, and that gives her a life path of a 3. The difference between them is the 2. So it's a similar difference as Travis and Taylor. So again, this requires a sensitivity to each other to minimize conflict. They need to work together as a team and they need to honor each other's sensitive points. There's a lot of creative ideas between the two of them. And the thing is that I didn't see the same in the research that I did for their love relationships. The 3 and the 1 are much more compatible than a 7 and 5. But again, it can work. It depends on the couple. It depends on the two people and their determination. So, whereas Taylor and Travis might have to work a little harder, Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson, obviously, after 37 years, are doing something right. So, they are obviously honoring each other. So, the next couple I have is Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau. So Katy Perry is her birth date is 10/25/1984, which gives her a life path of a 3. Justin Trudeau is 12/25/1971. His life path is a 1. Very, very well, it's pretty much the same as Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson. The difference is a 2. So again, they have to pay attention to and be sensitive to each other to minimize conflict and work together as a team and honor each other's sensitive points. And again, there's lots of creative ideas between these two. They've only been together for less than a year, but I feel really positive about them. I'm curious to know what you think as well. Let me know in the comments. So the next one that I have is Jason Momoa and Adria Arjona. They've been together for, I think, almost 2 years now, which surprised me. I didn't really think that they were together that long. Jason's birthday is 8/1/1976, and his life path number is a 5. Adria, her birthday is 4/25/1992. So she is substantially younger than Jason, but we've seen where that can work for people. But her life path is also a 5. The interesting thing is that in the research I've done, it shows that there's really no difference between them, but they should be okay, right? So that's interesting because the research shows that this is a dangerous combination. Explosive relationship, changeable hearts. Interesting. Rebellious nature and reckless outlook. That could be the 5s because the 5s are very adventurous. They like to go out on their own. But again, it is possible that that explosive nature is what they both want. Who knows? So let's give them a little time and see. So they've been together for almost 2 years. Jason Momoa and Adria, and I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing her name wrong, Adria Arjona. Again, both 5s, very interesting. I'm curious to see how things work out for them, but let's keep our fingers crossed. So another one that has been on my timeline lately has been Ryan Gosling and Eva Mendes. They've been together, they've been married for 7 years, and I believe they have 2 children. Ryan's birthday is 11/12/1980, which gives him a 5 life path. And Eva Mendes, her birthday is 3/5/1974, which gives her a 2 life path. The difference is a 3. So they need to communicate. They need to be very honest with each other. They need to not push anything, whoops, sorry, under the rug. They need to speak very calmly and very succinctly to each other. They need to be able to feel safe in their emotional needs. That needs to be spoken about as well. So yeah, I find that being together for 7 years is kind of a sticking point, if you will, but they're doing super well. At least it looks that way. So let's let's keep our fingers crossed for them as well. So, the next couple that I have on my list is Neil Patrick Harris. And if you remember, he was Doogie Howser. I don't know if you remember that. And also, his partner is David Burtka. So they've been together for over 21 years. That's really amazing, if you ask me. Let's see, Neil Patrick Harris, his birthday is 6/15/1973, and his life path is a 38/11/2. Very interesting. So he's a master number life path, the 11, but when it gets to be too much for it, for him rather, he'll work it in the 2 because the 1 + 1 = 2 in a master number. David's birthday is 5/29/1975. I'm sorry. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me start over. Neil Patrick Harris's birthday is 6/15/1973, but that adds up to 32/5. So the 5 is his life path. Excuse me. David Burtka is the 5/29/1979, and his birthday adds up to 38/11/2. for some reason, they seem to pull it off. They seem to be aware of each other. In my experience, I would say the 38 combination 4 and 11 is a an easier, more outgoing, but it's just an easier way to get to an 11 master. Like it's just it's not as hyper, that particular person, and they are more easygoing with still having this. But the fact is that they've been together for 21 years. That says an awful lot. So somehow or another, they touch each other's life path changes. The difference between them is a three. So again, they need to be able to speak about their emotions safely. They need to not sweep things under the rug. Very important. And they also need to be aware of each other's honest communication. That's important. So the next and the last couple that I have here is really interesting to me. I hope it is to you as well. So this is, and I try to choose couples all over the place, age-wise, celebrity wise, political wise. So this last couple is more political, but they're still a celebrity. Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. Barack's birthday is 8/4/1961. Michelle is 1/17/1964. Barack has a life path of 2911, and we just spoke about the 11. And Michelle has a birth date, or I'm sorry, a life path of 3811. So they both use the two because when you research this, the 11 really isn't counted as a difference, but it's important to know that they do have 11 master numbers. So based on the two, they are really the same because they both add up to a two life path. So that's so compatible. They can be very sensitive, but that's not a bad thing. No one gets them like they get each other. These two were meant for each other. That's really important. And they've been together for 33 years. How amazing is that? So I would say that that's a pretty good indicator of what's happening. Anybody else that you would like for me to research and check out their love differences, I'd be happy to do it. Please, feel free to put that information in the comments, and I'll see you on the next time. Thank you.